Stop everything. What I'm about to tell you will change everything about the NFL landscape in 2026. A seismic shift, a move so clandestine, so explosive that only a handful of insiders in the league have even caught wind of it. This isn't just a rumor, it's a whisper turning into a roar behind the scenes, and I guarantee what you're about to hear is going to blow your mind. You thought you knew the NFL? Think again. This is bigger than anything you've ever imagined, and if you think you're prepared for what's coming, then listen closely, because what I'm about to drop could shake the foundation of the entire league. Right now, chaos is erupting in the Cleveland front office. Phones are ringing off the hook, secret meetings are happening in shadowy conference rooms, and encrypted calls are bouncing between team executives, agents, and high-powered NFL power brokers. Why? Because a massive move is in the works, one that could redefine the Browns' future forever. Imagine a superstar, an elite talent, a guy who's considered one of the best in the league at his position, being targeted with laser focus for what could be one of the biggest trades in NFL history. But here's the kicker. No one outside this secret circle even knows the identity, and that's exactly how they want it. My sources, yes, those hush-hush insiders you trust, just confirmed something incredible. A deal so audacious, so meticulously planned, that it involves not just a simple swap but a full-blown strategic overhaul of Cleveland's offense. We're talking about a player who's currently under contract, who's been the definition of consistency, and who could instantly turn the Browns into contenders. The question on everyone's mind, who is this mystery superstar? Who is the guy Cleveland is willing to go all in for, risking their future, their draft picks, their cap space just to land? And I can tell you, based on everything I've uncovered, they've been searching for MONTHS. Yes, MONTHS. Behind closed doors, in private jets flying under the radar, in midnight meetings in plush hotel suites, they've been crafting the perfect deal. It's not just about talent. It's about fit, scheme, chemistry, and a sense that this player can elevate the entire franchise to a new level. They've scouted, analyzed, calculated every move, every dollar, every possible obstacle in their path. And after all this chess, they found HIM. Now hold onto your seats because the revelation is coming, and trust me, it's going to shock you to your core. But before I do, let me set the stage. Cleveland, the city of grit and resilience, has been in a state of limbo. Since their AFC Central glory days in 1989, they've been stuck in a never-ending rebuild. Last season, a heartbreaking 5-12 record, a roster filled with promise but missing that one X factor. They've been desperate for a game-changer, someone who can ignite the offense, a player who commands respect across the league, a guy who can take them from pretenders to contenders. Why do they need this so badly? Because last season's offense was hamstrung by inconsistencies, by the lack of a reliable TE1 who can both block like a beast and catch clutch passes when it counts. Deshaun Watson was returning from injury. Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders flashed brilliance, but didn't quite elevate the entire attack. The roster was missing that one quarterback reliable target who can dominate mismatches and be a game winner in critical moments. And the core of the problem. A tight end, an elite proven weapon that can stretch the field, dominate in the red zone, and instantly command double coverage. Cleveland has been searching for MONTHS, secretly courting players, drafting, scouting, trying to fill that void. And then they found HIM. Yes, I'm talking about Dalton Schultz. Now I know what you're thinking. Dalton Schultz, the guy who's been quietly carving out a reputation as one of the NFL's most underrated tight ends. The guy who signed a modest 3-year, $36 million extension with Houston. But don't let his current status fool you. Schultz is much more than just a reliable target, he's a game changer. And Cleveland knows it. Let's dissect exactly why Schultz is the perfect fit. In 2025, Dalton had one of his best seasons yet, and the numbers don't lie. He played all 17 games, racking up a total of 82 receptions, a career high, racking up 777 yards, averaging 9.5 yards per catch, and scoring 3 TDs. He was targeted 106 times, also a career high, showing how much Houston depended on him. His route running is crisp, precise, with an uncanny ability to find soft spots in zone coverage. His hands, reliable as a vault, critical in clutch moments. At 6'5", 244 pounds, Schultz combines size and agility that allow him to win contested catches, but also to slip past linebackers in space. But just numbers, my friends, only scratch the surface. Schultz is a technician, a player whose strengths include elite blocking, especially in two tight end sets, making him a versatile threat that defenses have to respect both in the passing game and the run game. His ability to function as a safety valve in the offense, especially for a quarterback like Watson or Gabriel, is unmatched. When you look at his trajectory, it's clear. This guy is trending upward, not downward. Despite not being among the flashiest athletes, Schultz's consistency and football IQ make him a nightmare matchup for defenses. In 2022, he caught 57 passes for 577 yards and 5 touchdowns in Dallas, earning franchise recognition as one of the best TEs in the league. His 2023 season with Houston cemented his reputation: 59 catches, 635 yards, 5 TDs. A quietly elite performer who, when given the chance, produces at the highest level. And now, he's entering the prime of his career, 29 years old with several years left to dominate. Why would Cleveland give up a treasure trove of picks or cap space for him? Because they see him as the missing puzzle piece. An upgrade over their current tight ends, a guy with proven production, a player whose skill set perfectly complements the new offensive philosophy under Todd Monken, and a leader who can elevate the entire attack. Schultz isn't just a fill-in, he's a franchise-altering star waiting to burst onto the scene. Now let's talk about what's happening behind the scenes. NFL insiders say that the interest in Schultz has been confirmed by multiple sources close to the Browns brass. Even NFL authority figures are whispering about Cleveland's bold plans. One anonymous league executive called it a genius move. Schultz is exactly what they need, a blue-chip tight end who can help elevate their offense and bring a new identity. The genius GM, Andrew Berry, is working in the shadows, orchestrating a deal that could shatter the trade market for tight ends in 2026. But it's not just Cleveland trying to land Schultz. Rivals, especially teams like the Jets, Dolphins, and even the Ravens, are circling, trying to block or scare off Cleveland by offering their own packages. There's fierce competition brewing, and the bidding war is expected to reach astronomical heights. The Browns are prepared to flex their financial muscle, ready to unlock a vault of cap space, as they plan to include high draft picks and perhaps even a star player or two to sweeten the deal. Imagine a scenario where they send their number 6 and no. 24 picks in the first round, plus a promising young linebacker or receiver to Houston in exchange for Schultz, in a move that signals their full commitment to winning now. The emotional reaction inside the Browns' coaching staff, unsurpassed. Coach Todd Monken, fresh from his Disney-like rise to power, is reportedly ecstatic. He sees Schultz as the missing piece that can turn their offensive identity around overnight. Imagine the possibilities. A true TE1 who demands respect, forces defenses to adjust, and can create mismatches at every level. This is exactly the kind of game-changer Cleveland needs. The team's future hinges on this move, and insiders say that the entire organization is prepared to go all in. And it's not just about talent. We're talking about a package with insane performance bonuses, multi-million-dollar incentives for big plays, and roster bonuses tied to playoff success. The deal could include a player opt-out, a team option for 2027, and even some clause that makes Schultz a team captain from day one. It's an all-in, high-stakes gamble that could define the franchise for the next decade, a strategic masterstroke designed to crush rivals and dominate the AFC. Now, let's get into the financials. The Browns are sitting on a flexible salary cap situation after a flurry of recent moves. They're prepared to spend big if it means landing Schultz. This move would allow them to free up some room by releasing or restructuring veteran contracts, opening space for big signings on the offensive line or defensive front. Schultz's market value, given his current contract and recent performance, is estimated at around $12 million annually, a steal for what he brings to the table. Over the next 2 years, he'd be a cornerstone, a guy who can average 80 catches, 800 yards, and double-digit touchdowns if utilized properly. Historically, this move mirrors some of the most iconic NFL blockbuster trades. Think of Antonio Gates, Jimmy Graham, or even the Dallas Cowboys trades for premium tight ends. But what makes this special? It's the perfect storm, a player at his peak, a team desperate for a franchise-altering star, and a front office willing to gamble everything. If executed correctly, it will go down as one of the most pivotal trades of the decade, a move that will resonate in Cleveland's history forever. And now the clock is ticking. The next 48 hours will be crucial. The deal could be announced at any moment. If you're not paying close attention, you might miss your chance to witness history. The NFL landscape is shifting beneath our feet, and what's coming will be remembered as one of the greatest power plays of 2026. So, stay tuned, stay vigilant, and get ready, because this story is far from over. If you're a true fan, you know deep down that what's about to happen could elevate Cleveland to a new stratosphere, and the entire league better prepare, because Dalton Schultz's name is about to become a household phrase. Remember this moment, because when it drops, it will echo through NFL history forever. This isn't just a trade, it's a revolution. The game is changing. The question is, are you ready to witness what comes next? Because trust me, this is just the beginning.